What is going on, everyone? My name's Boyd, and I'm back with some more Age Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the right side of the map in the red color, playing as Poseidon. His name is Squash. His opponent today in the blue color, playing as Thor. His name is I Bring Life. He's also known as Shelty, the snake. But yes, he exists. He's a human, and he's saving his gold mine. Can I get some chat reactions, some live chat reactions to this incredible build order right here from Shelty? No messing about here in this game. We are saving the gold mine, and we're going full steam ahead here, showing him how it's done, showing him Thor abuse to the max level. All right. So the map is Ghost Lake, and this is what seems to be a best of three. So it's a 3-game series. So we're going to be seeing just a random game on the Vubli ladder, but they played 3 games total. So we'll see how it goes, see who wins, see who dies. First matchup is, I've said it before and I'll say it again, it is one of my favorite matchups, Poseidon versus Thor. There's not a lot of abuse for Poseidon to kill the Thor, and Thor doesn't have the Skadi storehouse. Now we got a Matrius mark, we got a Skadi storehouse. What else can we get in this game? So there's no real abuse that either gods can really do to punish. Not only that, the big things that give Thor the power to win games with Ragnarok are countered very hard by Poseidon's unique ability of spawning militia with buildings being destroyed. So winning with Ragnarok isn't really an option for Thor, and winning with a aggressive early game style with Poseidon isn't really an option either, because it sort of doesn't work that well. But we'll see how these guys go. There is obviously the super strong early game with Theseus, Hippolyta early to push off Hunt. Very difficult to defend against that, but as Thor, you can just back off that Hunt, or better yet, you can move onto it early. So you could, it's actually quite good here. I wouldn't move off this, but be over here on this Hunt early and then come over if he spotted it, which it does look like he would have. Yeah, he sees this. Really good Hunt. He can actually wall this in. This is something I've started doing against Greek players. If it's nice and easy, if I've got a good map or a good forest, I'll actually spend the time to wall this off so that the Ajax or the Jason or the Theseus, they don't come in and knock me off my Hunt there. Obviously, I have to build 2 lots of walls here, which is a little bit more than I would like, but it's worth it in the end to be safe. But yes, good temple going up, villagers chopping the wood. I don't think it's worth it to save the ox cart. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before, but the amount of wood you lose dropping into the town center, I don't think you make that amount of resource back by getting the extra early villager out. So therefore, in my ridiculously good mathematical brain, it makes me feel like it's all good. Not to delay that ox cart and get that one out as soon as possible. But he didn't, and he's going to be fine. He's going to be advancing a little bit late here, getting the extra dwarf going 755 with Thor. With the really good Hunt here for Shelty, it's probably going to be totally fine. We're going to be seeing Squash advancing as well, I'm sure, here. He's going through Hermes nice and quick. We do see the late lure here by Squash. Now, this is sort of the more modern way to play Poseidon now, especially if you're planning on going for fast second town centers. You cast Lure a little bit late. That way, you eat all the hunt you would normally eat. Lure then pulls in everything else, and then you have safe hunt in the classical age while you're getting this second town center. Not only that, but there's all of these caribou here behind this town center, so I wouldn't be surprised to see Squash go for an early second town center here just because of how good and how defensive his map is. But he has pulled villagers off of the gold mine here for some reason, so it's probably not going to be a fast second town center. There's the Hippolyta out. Theseus puts this relic in, what was it? Ring of Nibelung. So that's going to be huge, giving him some extra gold. There's also this relic over here that's not going to be picked up, the Guy's Book of Knowledge, and double stable here for Squash already. There is Freya for Shelty here. He's got his Valkyrie out, going to be sending that one forward to put some harass on. Unlike against Zeus, the Valkyrie can get some damage done, but the Valkyrie's got no idea where she wants to go at this point. She decides to turn around here. That's going to be it. We do see the Hersa able to bash down this center. The Valkyrie can chase it down as well. And the villagers have finished up on all of those board before Theseus even gets close, and raiding cavalry are going to be on their way. This centaur can actually not run away from the Valkyrie at base stats here. The 6 or 5.5 speed from the Valkyrie completely destroys this, and we'll see if Squash is going to react by sending a Hippolyta over there, but it looks like he would rather not do so, instead trying to find some value out of his Hippolyta here. We do see the Longhouse blocking these heroes in, but the heroes can sneak past here. This could be a little bit of a bait here from Shelty. One thing you could do is run a Hersa around, put a wall segment or a house around here, and he could get a lot of value here. We do see that the villagers have moved over here onto this caribou patch here. The Valkyrie chasing down some Hippocon, as that's going to get some value there, but the villagers will have to pull off of this food here for Shelty when this Theseus gets over here. But there are units out already for Shelty, so these 3 or 4 medium, or sorry, just raiding cavalry will be able to pick off this Theseus. The Theseus won't be able to do all too much, does almost snipe a caribou, but he's not going to, and will be retreating away. And now Shelty is past any sort of issues that arise out of early hero harassment from the Greeks. So Shelty is in a fantastic position now, and I'm interested to see what he's going to choose to do with it. Now, we do have to remember that part of playing Thor is that you got to be safe. You got to be careful. One mistake, one misstep, and you can lose a game. We've seen it time and time again. So we'll see what Shelty is going to come up with here. We do see the Hippolyta going after Gorm. Rhymeface decides that he wants out of there. Nice micro from Shelty in order to make sure that he doesn't take too much unnecessary damage. Now the raiding cavalry have got medium raiders are going to be hitting this. We do see the Valkyrie in this corner over here going to be attacking these Hippocon. Nice micro from Shelty to keep the Valkyrie alive, harassing and making sure that these Hippocon are out of the game a little bit. We do see that the Hippocon for Squash making their way over onto this hunt yet again, but there's already a bunch of units here for Shelty. I'm not sure about this raid here. I don't think there's anywhere that is really raidable. We do see a forest fire on this location, though. I'm not 100% sure what the purpose of this is, but I guess it does give the Valkyrie some defensive positioning there on that location there to come in and raid. But this villager that is very low will be getting out of here with the Hippocon chasing the Valkyrie down. We do see the raiding cavalry going to be coming in. They may be able to get in and cut these villagers off, but it does not look so like they're going to be going for that. Instead, going after the Hippocon. Nice retreat there from Squash on those Hippocon, but he's going in for a raid on this location. There's already a bunch of raiding cavalry here to greet Squash, and Squash is fighting this for some reason. There's Hersa here as well as an Ulfsark, and this fight is going to go heavily in the favor of Shelty as Hippocon just get completely decimated by the sheer number of medium raiders here. Look at these, all dead. Theseus dropped as well as all but one Hippocon and one Hippolyta here. Meanwhile, the raiders taking down some of Squash's home base Hippocon as well as Shelty is just completely outmaneuvering Squash in the early stages of this game. He needs to get out of here now at this point, though. There's a couple of really low Hippocon. Pick those off and then retreat. Oh, actually, probably doesn't even need to after he picks those off. He may actually be able to win this fight somewhat. He does take down a couple more, and he's going to get pushed back here, and the more raiders are going to come in for Shelty to look look for some more villager pickoffs here. Shelty's got a lot of wood in the bank at this point, and the problem for him here is he's not gone to the heroic age. However, he's got complete map control, so he doesn't need to cast the Dwarven Gold Mine just yet. He's going to be completely fine and happy to move out to a second gold mine. If he gets pushed off it and he's not advancing to the heroic age, that's when he can cast 1,000 gold. Gold mine, but totally fine. We do see the Raiders have spotted this storehouse here, but there's not much going else for him there. No villagers, so he's going to be looking over on this location. We do see a couple of Hippocon already over here to push Shelty back, but Shelty's just throwing away some raiding cavalry here into the town center just for some scouting. It looks like there's no way he's going to be able to find any villagers, and the Hippocon are going to be taking that HP very, very nicely for themselves as the Raiders get out of there. And he's going to be happy with what he saw, but not happy with the losses that he took. So we'll see where he goes now. Still no shaft mine here, which is a bit of a surprise considering how much wood Shelty has in the bank. Obviously, this wood is predominantly going to be for farms, so banking this amount of wood, there's no problem with it, because you do have to build those farms eventually, build more buildings and such. We do see that the villagers are over here on this on these berries, but Squash has got his eyes set for this. I never like gathering from berries out here if I've still got goat and I've got farms to transition to, because it's just, you're just asking to get raided. The medium raid is coming in, and Shelty is way out of position. We'll see. Does Squash see this or not? He's not going to go past the berry bushes here. Oh, it's going to be very, very close. Oh, and he sees it. He sees it. He's on this location. He's checking the berry bushes. And Shelty is pushed off. Shelty notices it. He's running back. We see the Raiders coming onto this location. So many villagers here as well. But Squash is going to be retreating here. I think all of these villagers will be falling for Shelty. This is huge for Squash to get him back into the game and get his economy going, leaving 3 villagers alive. There is the ceasefire in order to keep his villagers alive. And the town center will be going up as the villagers are jumping onto this gold mine here. The town center should give him some semblance of security on this gold mine. Shelty can sit here in the middle of this gold mine until like 10 seconds left just to block the villagers from mining for a little bit. We do see that Shelty is grabbing this town center here as this is going up. Thank you so much for the Prime Pan Banana 88. Appreciate that one, man. And we'll see if Shelty can hold on to this town center. This is a ballsy town center grab, but I love it because this is the gold mine. This is the place he needs to pressure. I don't think that this town center is going to get up in time. 20 seconds to get this one up with only 4. Oh, he's got 5 military units. Might be close. I'm not sure what the thing is. I know it should be about 7 to get it up, but it's going to be... I don't think it's going up. Well, I mean, it's going to be close in the end, but I don't think it'll be up right when the ceasefire finishes here. So he's going to have to keep it going up. We do see another throwing axeman coming in. There's so many raiding cavalry and Valkyrie here for Shelty. He doesn't have any armory upgrades, which is surprising here. We see the Hippocon turning around and fighting. At this point, the Hippocon do not beat this army with the 115 population army of Shelty here. The raiding cavalry, there's just too many of them. We see Aurora Borealis coming through as well, which puts the, I think it's the damage up. Bunch of crush damage and hack damage for the Valkyries. Now they just completely destroy. They also got a extra healing rate or movement speed, extra heal rate. So that's useful. And now Shelty can retreat a little bit. It does look like he has potentially lost the fight, but won the town center here. And he's going to be struggling a little bit. He needs to build these farms. He's got a lot of wood left in the bank. He's also got berries over here. He's going to be going through Scardy though. I love this play here. And then we can just chuck up a hull fort right in front of the town center if he so chooses. We do see the Hippocon trying to make their way out of here. More longhouses up for Shelty here. I'd love to see hill fort and potentially... Well, you could potentially just frost this, right? How much gold does Squash have? He's got 500 gold in the bank, but if he frosts this, the villagers stop gathering with 16 villagers here idle for a minute or something. That's totally worthwhile. So we'll see if that's something that Shelty's got an idea, and he does have that idea. The frost comes down. We'll see if Hillfort comes down, and it doesn't even matter because Squash decides there is no chance for him to get to the heroic age and chase Shelty as this gold mine is gone, as his population is too low, and it's just going to be a way too hard a task to deal with the incoming Frost Giant spam that Shelty is going to bring into Squash's base. And what a game here by Shelty, managing to just demonstrate the powers of Thor, demonstrating yet again that Thor is a tier 1 god, and it's just completely undisputed at this point that he should be played in all the top level games and everything else. GG, well played. If you enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTubes, hit that subscribe button. And if you feel like it, hit the like button. And I'll see you guys in the next game.